Hi, I'm Michelle Terpstra and welcome back to another episode of Sales for Breakfast. Today we are going to talk about what to do when you make a bad hire for your sales team. So I've been talking about how to build and scale sales with a sales team for about the last 6 to 8 weeks pretty consistently. And I've shared a lot of information on exactly how you get your sales team to perform better than you at sales. Now, it may have really inspired you, and perhaps you even went out, put up a job posting and decided, that's it, I'm hiring my first sales professional. Now, if you're like most of my clients, or quite frankly, most founders in general, the first sales hire without proper preparation does not turn out exactly the way that you want it to. So if you've hired someone recently for your sales team and they're not performing the way that you want, this is for you. All right, so what do? We hire someone, we think that they're gonna be amazing, they have a great resume, they seem excited on the interview, they're gonna crush sales. They get in there and they're not making any sales, or they're not making enough sales, or their conversion rate is lower than you, and now you're losing money. These are really, really common things, and this is the deal. It is not your fault as the founder. And this is why, is because very, very few founders were ever taught how to be a sales leader. It is a very, very tough department to build in any business, but it's also your most profitable center. So it's incredibly crucial that you know how to do this and do it well, because there is a limitation of how many sales you can do yourself. It is limitless when you have a high-performing sales team. So there's 3 things that we're gonna talk about right now that if you didn't listen to me and you still went and hired without going through all the steps, I'm still here to save you, all right? Step number 1, I want you to spend the weekend creating a sales university for your own business. It is absolutely crucial that you have this in your business, and I'm going to tell you why it's so important. Okay, so one of my very first sales jobs with this was amazing company called Thomson Reuters, and they had the best onboarding training I've ever experienced in professional sales. So I believe I was maybe 24 when I took that job. And when I took the job, every other person we were called territory managers because it was outside field sales. My territory was Southern California and Hawaii. So all territory managers were compensated multi-6 figures. And being 24, having that type of opportunity was extremely unique. Plus I was placed in a super competitive market for our competitor. And everyone around me on the sales team, national team, was like, 10, 15 years older than me with a lot more experience. And when I got into the job, I didn't realize that was the case until I got there. And I was like, wow, I'm gonna really have to up my game, right? So they fly us out to New York. I lived in California at the time. Fly us to New York, and we spent, I believe it was about a week in a hotel with all the rest of the new hires for territory managers, learning everything we can about Thomson Reuters and the products that we would be selling. Now, it is incredibly important that I add this caveat here. I was fantastic at sales. And that was on my resume, and that is why they hired me. So they weren't teaching me how to sell, they were teaching me how to sell their stuff, which is incredibly different. So I believe in hiring someone that's already an A player, okay? Hire an A player and then teach them how to sell your stuff. That is the shortcut to getting a sales team really performing at the level that you want. So the cool thing about your sales university is that you're just going to be teaching them how to sell your stuff. Now, if you are like most of my founder clients, it's difficult for you to take what's here and put it onto paper, okay? Because you have likely sold a little bit out of intuition, maybe some luck, referrals, all of these things, and you're likely naturally gifted at connecting and converting, which is why you got your business to be so successful in the beginning, and now you just need someone else who can do that as well. Okay, so what I need you to do is to create the sales university so that you can take your new hire through the training. You need a schedule, You need to build out the university. And when I say build out the university, most of the people that are going to be listening to this, most of the founders, you likely already have a learning portal to deliver something else to your clients. So any learning portal that you have, you can create a course or a sales university for your team. Now, if you don't, no biggie, put it in Google Drive, give them a worksheet to print out, and the order of the trainings, what they need to do. They need assignments, they need to listen to videos, and it is really, really, really important part of the onboarding process for a high performance sales team and culture. So that is the absolute first thing you need to do this weekend. It will likely take you all weekend, so block off the time and just get it done. Now, if you're wondering, well, that's great, Michelle, but like what exactly goes in the sales university? Well, then you can go ahead and download my definitive guide to hiring your first A-team salesperson. And that will be in the comment section below so that it's super, super easy for you to know exactly what goes inside of that. Okay, so that is step number one of how you salvage a possibly not best, not perfect hire, right? So I'm wishing you the best of success creating your university. Okay. Oh, I forgot to finish my story about Thomson Reuters. No, I think I finished it. Okay, so if you know much about me, I'm pretty natural at these videos. I record without a script, and I really just want to connect with everybody listening. So at Thomson Reuters, I went through the training for a week before I could even enter the field. And it was the catapult to my success. I had the most knockouts in my territory. I crushed my quota, and it was a blast. And I actually have, where is it? Oh, it's my favorite trophy still till today. And I absolutely loved that job. It was the culture was awesome. The salespeople were respected, beloved, and taken really, really great care of. And they really set us up for success. And then I ended up being the new hire mentor, which was amazing, which means that I got to take all of those new territory managers and help them have the initial success that I did going through that training and riding along with me in the field. And I really do believe that was, ever since that experience, I always wanted to get back to that feeling. And so here I am with the Startup Sales Leadership Institute doing the same thing for hundreds and hundreds of startups. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is you need to jump into your CRM. So your client relationship management system is so crucial. There's tons of brands out there. There's HubSpot, Pipedrive, let's see what else. Oh, you can use ActiveCampaign, Go High Level, like there are a bajillion of them out there. Salesforce, I mean, I could go on and on forever. So it doesn't matter which one you're using. That doesn't matter at all. You can make them all work as long as they're easy for you to work with. I will say, whatever you choose, please make sure that there is a mobile app or it's really easy for people to use it on their phone, because there are just a lot of little things in sales of how you can speed up your day, and it's crucial it's operatable on your phone, okay? So that's the first thing. What do you need to have in there? Pipeline, stages. So the stages are simply all of the actions that a lead takes from being a lead to a client. So make sure they're in there so you can manage the pipeline. Why this is important to you as a sales leader who's not doing all of the closings anymore, right? Or at least not all of them, is that you want to be able to forecast, look at your dashboard, see what amount of money is in the pipeline. Like these are such crucial things. You cannot be an effective sales leader within your organization without this set up. So you absolutely must do that. And I would love to know, like, what CRM are you using right now? Or are you still operating in a Google workbook and looking for a recommendation? If this is on your mind, just drop it in the comments section and I'll get back to you. I'm happy to help you, okay? So that is really, really important about your CRM. It's also really important, depending on what your sales funnel is, that certain triggers and automations are set up appropriately so that sales reps don't lose the opportunity that you've worked so hard to generate for them, okay? And I'll give you an example. Let's say you're running paid ads to a call booking form, okay? Yay, we're getting calls booked on our calendar through ads. Dreamy, right? You spend probably a couple $100 to get that person on the phone. And if your automations aren't set up right, your sales rep doesn't know that there's an opportunity, then they don't know that they need to text them to remind them to show up. Or is there an automation? Where is the form that they filled out? How do I understand what the best fit is for the product for this person? Like all of these things are inside your CRM and you don't want it to slip through the cracks. cracks or opportunities slip through the cracks. So I go through people's funnels all the time because I love to see how sales reps manage my inquiry. And it's pretty all over the place and inconsistent, but the people who are the best have the most set up from the time that someone raises their hand and says, I want to talk to you, to getting them on the phone and completing that close. So make sure that these things are all operating. And if you have any questions about this on your sales funnel, when your trigger should happen, all of this, just pop them again into the comment section and I will get back to you. And I will happily help you. I also have a free training on all of that you can find on my website as well. Okay? All right, so then number 3. Okay, so number 3 of how you salvage your selling success, even if you've made a not so great hire. Okay, so the third thing is that you need to schedule a one-to-one, so a one-to-one meeting with your sales rep. And during that one-to-one meeting, you need to come together to decide what metrics and KPIs that she or he is going to be held accountable to in order to measure success and decide if she stays or she goes. This is absolutely crucial, and you have to have a hard line here because every month that sales rep doesn't hit those metrics is a huge damage to your bottom line. So it is absolutely crucial. Now, this is the thing. You can't set up KPIs, metrics, and expectations that aren't realistic for the salesperson. So you need to look at your lead flow, your conversion rates when you're on the phone or Zoom, and all of these little things in order to determine what success looks like for your sales rep. Every business is going to be different. So this is your opportunity to dive into that and see what you can hold them accountable to. Is it number of presentations done, number of discovery calls, follow-ups done, sales overall, revenue, I could go on for days, and it really depends on your business model for me to give you specific KPIs. If you're not quite sure, once again, drop them into the comment section. I'll give you some suggestions on easy KPIs and metrics based on your business. All right, so those are the 3 things that you can do to salvage the selling success of the new rep that you hired that perhaps was not the absolute best hire, but you want to salvage success. Now, I will tell you this, that you don't need the A+ player in every organization. You can take someone who's a strong seller at like a level B and groom them into a high performer. What you won't have success doing is grooming someone super average at that C level. I've seen it over and over again, and you absolutely need to be recruiting and hiring at least B level so that you can groom them into A and high performing. So I hope that was really helpful for you. I absolutely love jumping on here and talking about sales, strategy, systems, and of course, high performance selling teams. Now, once again, I'll be dropping my guide on exactly what you need to be doing right now in order to have that high performing sales team. And if you haven't jumped into the cohort that starts April 24th, I would love to see you inside the Startup Sales Leadership Academy. Well, we will be doing all of this together in an expedited fashion, done right the first time, so that you can have your first or next high performing sales rep selling for you by summer. If you're interested, send me a DM or comment below and I will reach out to you. Thanks everyone, and have a fantastic weekend.